It's the right weekend, and then we'll talk about how it looks like the Republicans are going to try to shut. Well, they're basically going to threaten the Democrats with government shutdown if they don't stop the vaccine mandates. And with that, I say, go for it. grow a pair and tell them no, because what's going on right now is ridiculous. It's look, do we own our bodies? Because that's what's going on right now. Does the government own us? Excuse me, I'm a little nasally today. Do we own our own bodies, or do the government own our bodies? Because if they could tell us what to put in our bodies in order to be able to live, work, go to school, then what can't they do to us? That's my question. Is if you're okay, I understand there's people, you're cool with this mandate, but my issue with it is, when does it stop? When does the government, how much power are you willing to give the government? I mean, you are the same people who are okay with taxing people, over 50%, which would just literally make you, you know, uh, working slaves for the government. I mean, let's be real. Let's say if you're a religious person, God only asked for 10%. The government, forget about it. You just pay, most places pay about an 8% sales tax. So that's just a sales tax. We're not talking about income tax now, where, like I said, at what point do we just go, the government's out of control and we need to rein it in? Because do we not, like I said, do we not own our own bodies? Legitimately. Because if the government could tell you put this and this into your body, then you don't own yourself. You're not free. Now people will talk about, oh well, you have all these other vaccines you have to take. You don't have to take them. You can get exemptions, religious exemptions. This is the first time that you can't get an exemption when it comes to these vaccines. And we got to show our papers. Literally, people, oh no, you don't have to show your papers. You just show your phone. It has an app, and that's showing papers. It's just a modern version of it, showing your app to show that you're vaccinated. It's gross. I shouldn't need to tell you, what vaccine I put in my body in order for you to hire me. I shouldn't have to worry. Put like this, I shouldn't have to worry about what I post on social media either. But that's another story. But seriously, what is it going to take to wake people up to the fact that we're not only losing our freedoms, we're losing control of freedom of our own bodies, let alone, let's say, our wallets. Inflation's out of control. You can't say, for example, make your own food. You can't go and start a farm in the middle of nowhere. The government will reach out to you, because let's say, for example, you buy your home, right? You pay your mortgage, you pay it off. What happens? You still have to pay monthly, because you still have to pay your property taxes. That's rent to the government. People are like, oh, but you're paying for these services, that services. Yeah, okay, but it should be voluntary. It shouldn't be that, if let's say, for example, I lose my job, they could take my house from me for not paying taxes. When, if I paid off my house and I lose my job and I don't have the money to pay my property taxes, the government shouldn't be able to take your property. because that's yours. If you don't have money to pay them, they shouldn't be able to take it away. Same thing, you know, what's going on here with these vaccine mandates. I'm always afraid to talk about this stuff because I never know what YouTube's going to let you get away with in terms of talking about the vaccine or the vaccine mandates. Also, at the same time, it's like I'm not going to leave Rumble out of it either, because I've noticed anytime I make a video on the vaccines or the mandates, they're not monetized. So I don't know if it's just because I'm a small creator, because they wouldn't, you know, that's what it probably boils down to. I don't have the followings of other people. So I can't talk, you know, let's say, well, obviously he's Mangino, he's his own site, but he talks about that stuff and all his videos are monetized. It's his site. I mean, he's just, you know, he's an investor in it, so they're not going to do that to him. But I have a little, you know, I have my little channel, and it's not like I make a lot of money on Rumble, and but I enjoy doing this. It'd be fun to do it for a living, but I'm not there yet. So until that day comes, I'm still here. I'll do it for fun. I enjoy, and hopefully you guys will enjoy listening to me. My goal would be to get enough following to do this live, so I could take questions, have conversations. I've even offered people who've been following me, people who always comment, offered to come on to the show to talk, because that's how I you know, that's how I would like to do things going forward, is to appreciate, show appreciations to the people who do watch my videos, who stay, you know, watching me while I've been trying to build the channel. And that's my goal. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. So that's what I'm just going to talk about. Like I said, what I wanted to address was this body, you know, do we own our bodies? How, you know, when will be enough where people will just go, you know, okay, government, you know, and flip them the bird? Because this, you know, this is the irony behind it. All these people who said Donald Trump's a tyrant, he's you know, he's the Kentucky Fried Führer. Where are you people bitching now? Why is it that you guys are quiet with Biden doing this stuff? When Trump didn't try to pull mandates. He encourages it. He got booed for encouraging people to take the vaccine. Okay. But you have a different guy in charge, and you guys are okay with what you thought Trump was doing. When you thought Trump was running roughshod off the Constitution, you have Biden telling companies, oh, the court, just because the courts said it's unconstitutional, keep doing it, because the you know, hasn't reached the Supreme Court yet. And even then, look what he did with the what was it, with eviction moratorium, where they said it was illegal. He wrote it differently, and they told him it's illegal again, and then he stopped. But it took a second time for him to stop it. So is it just that, was it just because the media, you know, brainwashed you so much that you just believed everything they said? You fall for their agenda? Or is it just that you just don't care because you do this like sports? You know, you treat your political affiliation as your sports team. Because notice, right now, I am, let's say, I'm for, you know, being with the Republicans, caucusing with the Republicans, because I know that's where I'll get a foothold into being a libertarian. Right now, I know that there's no foothold in with the Democrats, because they've gone full authoritarian, and it's obvious with these mandates, because you people are okay with it. You've allowed fear to control your better judgment. The same thing happened after 9/11 when people were so afraid after the terrorist attacks that we allowed uh, the government to pass ridiculous draconian surveillance laws just because out of fear. And that's what's going on now. We letting fear get rule over our better judgment and allowing the government to institute this stuff. Because I guarantee you, these people that are okay with it, oh, Biden, yes, yes. If Trump would have tried this, guarantee you, all over the news, all over the left-wing news, well, news period, because that's mainstream news is all left-wing, they would have been fine with, they would have been all against Trump trying to make a mandate. Oh, look, he's trying to run roughshod over the Constitution, and he's not respecting people's freedoms. Oh, but Biden does it, and well, no, now it's okay. Now it's well, listen, it's really crazy with all this stuff that's going on, because the there should be a lot of people who are fighting this. And number one among them should be religious people. And you're going to be like, why? I'm not saying that the vaccine is the mark of the beast. Okay. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. But it's kind of funny that basically, when you read the clip from Revelation, it goes, and he causes all the small and the great and the rich and the poor and the free men and the slaves to be given a mark on their right hand or their forehead. And he provides that no one will be able to buy or sell except the one who has the mark, either the name of the beast or the number of his name. So as someone who's a believer, this is terrifying, okay? Because people are okay with this. They're not fighting it, especially people who claim to be religious. Matter of fact, there's priests and pastors who are promoting this when they should at best be neutral. They shouldn't be promoting it. They should at best be neutral, not taking. I would be okay with them being neutral, but for them to actually be okay with this and actually promoting it as God, as God wanting us to get this stuff, I don't get it. I don't. Just because the fact that what's going on right now, people, not necessarily, let's say it's not happening in this country yet, but you see what's going on in Australia. They can't leave there. In Austria, people can't get out of their house. Unvaccinated people are being locked in their homes, like China did in the beginning of the pandemic. They're they're relocating people. I think in Australia they're doing like relocating indigenous people. When are we going to wake up and just be like, no, enough's enough, and tell them you can't do this to us? I don't understand. I understand if you're one person and you're afraid, that's understandable, but you're not alone. No matter how much the media and the powers that be that try to make you feel like you're alone when it comes to this, because it shouldn't be a partisan issue. Look, you want to take the vaccine, you take the vaccine, go right ahead. Nobody's stopping you. But you people want to stop someone who doesn't want to get the vaccine from being able to live their lives, not go to work, not go to a supermarket, not go to a restaurant, not go to a movie theater. Penalize kids that try to mandate. Now they're gonna, like California, they're mandating they're trying to mandate the vaccines for even the school age children, even though it hasn't. Thank God, this hasn't affected them. So, what will wake you guys up? What will it take? I mean, I'm asking seriously, people. If you're watching this, you've gotten this far. Let me know what you think. What do you think people's limits will be? Will it be when they start going? If, let's say, for example, as a parent, if they go, you don't vaccinate your child, we're going to take your child away from you. Will it take that extreme of a measure of the government threatening you with that, where you'll finally stand up? Will it take in this country what's going on in other country, where they're going to make um internment camps for unvaccinated people, vaccinated and unvaccinated water fountains? What will it literally take to wake people up that at the end of the day, what's going on with these um little bits of little pecking away at our freedoms, that we need to wake people up before they peck to the point where it's irreversible, and that it'll take a massive measure to get our freedoms back, because that's where we're going. That's the scary part. I just don't understand. What is it going to take for people? What will it finally take? Like I said, I'm curious. I mean, this is one where I really want interaction. I want some comments, and let me know what you people think. I will leave it there. If you've made it this far, you could, if you're following me on YouTube, please also follow me on Rumble, and vice versa. Can't give up on the left-wing spaces, because they need to be woken up too. So follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Gab, Telegram, Cloud Hub. Look, I'm on all of them. I know Twitter has a new CEO, and it sounds like he's a lot worse than Jack Dorsey. So always be careful with the devil. The devil is sometimes better than the devil you don't know. And in this case, it looks like Twitter's in for some dark days. So I'm glad I have these other backup sites. Primarily, I really like Gab. I tend to flow toward Gab. Just the interactions are better. They have groups where you could form groups and with like-minded people and interact that way. They also have an instant messaging thing like Twitter and Facebook. So it's that's my preference. So that don't have no financial interest and no stake in them. So that's just my take. So anyways, I'm gonna leave it there. I told you where you can follow me, and have a good one, everyone.